Hi guys, welcome back to Coding with Caden. Today we will be going over how to create a score and a high score in Scratch. Let's jump right into it by starting to code a score. So for this, all you're going to need to do is grab a when flag clicked and then go down to variables. We're going to make a variable, just call it score, and then you can see that it's popped up here. Now for displaying your score, you can do this one of three ways. You can have it like this with the name of the variable and then the number along with it, or you can double tap and get the large readout of just the number, or you can go to the slider, which allows you to slide how much up to 100 you want the score to be. I prefer to have it either in the first one or the large readout, just because it gives the player the most information and they can't change the score by themselves like you could with the slider tool. Then all we go and do is say set score to 0 at the start of the game, and then we can say something like forever if, and can go into sensing and say touching, I'll say for example mouse pointer, but you could also do a colour, or if a key is pressed, or whatever you like, or if mouse down. But for this example we're going to use touching mouse pointer. Then we're going to change down here in variable, we're going to say change score by 1. Now normally I follow this by using a wait and then say maybe 0.2 seconds, because if it is a collision like touching mouse pointer and I wasn't to have that in there, then it would, as long as it was touching it, it would keep on ramping up the score really quickly. But if you add in that little delay, then it means that you cannot have the same touching have two added scores, which is a really useful tool. So that is our score setup, and now we're going to go and create a high score. We do this by going into variables and calling it high score here, creating that variable, again same thing with the display, and we're going to grab in events a when flag clicked. You can also have this like when broadcast, or forever if touching, anything like that. When this sprite is clicked, there's many different ways that you can do this, but I normally go with a when flag clicked. I then say forever if. I then go into operators and say grab a greater than block here and place that inside our if statement. Then when you go down to variables, you can see that I've got my 3 variables here, my default variable here, and then my 2 variables that we added there. So you can actually drag this block and place it inside the first one, so our score. So for this, if score is greater than high score, then we can say set high score to, and then drag our score and place it in where that 0 is right now. So that should mean that if I say touching mouse pointer, so it's going up, the score's ranking up, then I stop and I restart, and I do that for a little bit longer. It should start when it gets past 24, upsetting the high score to the current score. So as you can see, that worked pretty well. We won't be setting high score to 0 when the game starts, because that wouldn't work with our high score variable. So that was a simple tutorial on how to set a score and a high score up in any game in Scratch of your choice. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so that you don't miss a video. Comment down below what you want to see next, and without further ado, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.